Yeah, this is another episode of Mr. Z and Fifth with your host Zacchaeus and the Fifth General. What's good, yo?
It was good. Yeah, good to be here for real. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about we got another dating topic today. It's about dating older women. You know, dating older women. What is typically known in the dating world in terms of most times a man is older, but what about what happens when a woman is older? So,
Yeah.
and when I mean older, I don't mean year two, 2 years, 3 years. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, maybe 10-year difference, 15-year difference, 20-year difference.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll typically get into that. What does society say about the two? Yo. So what we getting into now, man? Start it off, man. Before we get into that.
Yeah, we got we gonna I'm gonna start it off real quickly. I'm gonna start off real quickly with Little Nas X video. It disturbed me this afternoon. What was I watching?
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
Okay, give some info for the audience. What's the name of the song that you're referring to?
Man, with the video. Let me see. That video was crazy. What I seen this afternoon, I'm gonna get into the title of it too, because people need to know the title.
Mm-hmm.
But the song, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right about now. Oh, it's called "Industry Baby." The name of the song.
So the name
It's
of
featuring.
Hold on.
Yeah. So it's featuring Jack Harlow.
Hold on a second. The name of the song is called "Industry Baby."
Yeah. That's the name of the song.
What the heck does that mean?
Yeah, Industry Baby. That's the name of the song, So in other words, let's just face facts here. The industry itself is demonized. Let's face facts.
Mm-hmm.
DMX mentioned it.
Yeah.
DMX mentioned it. ODB mentioned it several years ago. Method Man mentioned a little bit of it. Let me tell you something. I seen it from years ago. The industry, once hip hop was sold, we gave up a lot of our creative rights to what's popping. So we sold it, and now this is 2021. This is what it's become. Industry Baby. So the term Industry Baby was the latest video that Lil Nas X promoted, the music video. And in this video is a bunch of men in the video in jumpsuits. And they're in prison, incarcerated in pink in prison suits.
Mm-hmm.
And they're twerking naked around each other. They're twerking. And as you can see, the private parts are blurred out in the video, but they look like a circle jerking they're doing, something crazy like that. So it's a video that I would say that you shouldn't let your kids follow this. The young minds can't handle that, And this video is very. Man, this is out there. So the industry baby means that he is the baby of the industry. The industry is demonized. The industry is feminized and is demonized. And they want young black men to feminize all around. So when you look at when that title is perfectly fits the video itself, because what does the society want? What does supremacy want? We want us to be incarcerated, and they want us to be in skirts. So when you look at Industry Baby, it's all about that. It's all about that. The incarceration, and to be also controlled. Incarceration, all of us, most black incarceration, and also to feminize us. So Industry Baby is a perfect name that describes Little Nas X music.
So
and hey,
I'm gonna
yeah,
get
hey,
I'm gonna
man,
get in here real
it's
quick.
just what it is, man.
So I'm gonna get in here real quick. According to Genius.com, which is a lyrics page, it gives a little about the song. It says, "Industry Baby sees Lil Nas X recruit Louisville native Jack Harlow for a boisterous song where they rap about their fame and success, blowing up, and their newfound statuses in the rap game. It also alludes to the criticism Lil Nas X has faced, stating that he was an industry plant." So here's the thing with this. The video, from what you shortly described, has nothing to do with the lyrics of the song. Because the lyrics of the song, I mean, well, maybe it does, because he has a verse on here saying that he don't mess with women. Okay, never mind. I this is still a family show. Well, because he's talking about him not having sex with women because he's gay, and because he's this, people hate on him, and I mean that's subjective. I don't think people really care, quite frankly, Lil Nas X, about that.
Right.
I think they more so care about what's appropriate and what's inappropriate to the eyes and ears of children, because I don't care what you are. Little kids are not allowed to be in rated R movies. So just because you're gay don't mean that you could just do whatever you want. I mean, I don't know if, this has nothing to do with kids. I'm just going to back what you said about how adults is adults. So this is basically adult entertainment, that music video. It's adult entertainment for whatever adults that want to see it. The point that you're making is that keep your kids from that. You're not necessarily saying keep your kids from him, although you have kids yourself and it's your right to do that.
Right.
But what you're typically saying, what you're trying to convey is that this is the kind of stuff that shouldn't be on at 1 p.m. in the afternoon while kids are home from school.
Right.
It's adult entertainment.
Right.
Back in my day, in your day, stuff like this came on late at night. So, late at night.
Yes.
And I haven't seen the video because I have no interest in seeing the video, but I did see a clip on Instagram. It was very quick, and it looks like porn. Or
right,
NC-17 type of stuff, rated X type of stuff,
right? Rated X, yeah.
So keep that away from the kids. Adults, whatever. But the man is an industry plant. I mean, he said it on his record. He said it on Twitter or whatever the heck he said. The song is trash. By the way. Because I heard parts of the song. I didn't see the video, but the audio. So the song is trash, by the way. Pretty much a lot of songs that he does is trash. Even the video before that. The Call Me By Your Name, where he's cast out of heaven and he goes to hell and he's like,
kid, that was straight up whack, kid. I had to admit that. But anyway, go ahead.
What was it called? Montero, whatever the heck the song is.
Montero, yeah.
Song is whack. The man is a one-hit wonder, or maybe 2 hits, because he had Old Town Road and then the Old Town Road remix with Billy Ray Cyrus. But other than that, the man is hot scorching doo-doo. Okay, His album, that album that he put out was three things. Three things. That album with Old Town Road and Panini on it. That album was three things. I'm gonna name it. That album was Dookie, Doodoo, and Poo Poo.
Yep.
Okay. So,
oh, man.
so here's the thing. It's gonna get old with this man if he doesn't actually reach deep down inside whatever bag he got or whatever abyss he has in his body somewhere, some talent. If he's not gonna pull that out, then this is gonna get old. And I'm not necessarily talking about it's gonna get tired. And because all this is shock factor stuff. It's just shock factor. Everything is shock factor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't last long. You gotta have some talent. Look, Howard Stern is what they call a shock jock, right? But talent, but Howard Stern is a talented radio host. So you can't just be about shock factor. You know what I'm saying? You got to have more than that. And whatever art that you do. Because now we're not shocked anymore. This man did a video with him lap dancing on a man with a George Jefferson haircut and some Party City horns and some red makeup, dressed up as some devil somewhere. Yeah. We know the devil don't look like that in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? He's lap dancing, right? I didn't see that video at all, thank God. Saw just images that they showed. He was trying to bootleg some Nike Air Maxes, with calling them Satan shoes with 666 on it and with the blood in it. And blood valves and some quote unquote. He said it was
Lord
real.
Deliver us.
He said it was real blood in the air bubble. When I really think it was probably V8 Splash. Okay, so or Campbell's red tomato soup. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's probably what it really was. You know what I mean? So, because blood ain't that red. Blood is actually dark. You know, that thing was like red. It looked like Prego or Francesco Rinaldi spaghetti sauce. Okay? So Nike got a lawsuit against him because Nike was like, yo, we are not behind that, because people were boycotting Nike. They were like, yo, how dare you let this man come out? So people ain't down with his shenanigans. It's not about the man being gay. Listen, what Lil Nas X, if you want to put your ankles behind your neck and let a man penetrate you with his sexual tool, then that's between the two of y'all who committed that act. Nobody really cares. Right. Nobody's sweating you. So nobody's hating on him because of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know where he's gonna get. First of all, I mean, he doesn't have talent to me. Because if he had talent, then his musical art would speak for itself. Instead, he's trying to do things to wow people. Now we're not shocked anymore. You did a video, and I'm glad they blurred it out, because you know you can't show that on platforms. Well, at least none of the platforms that would permit that, unless he's putting that on some type of, I don't know what the heck he would put that on, the uncut version. Keep me far away from that, because I don't want to see that. Oh Lord. Okay, but the only thing he could, I don't know. What's next? Is he gonna have a sex tape with a man? I mean, that wouldn't shock anybody, because he already said that he likes men.
Exactly.
Okay, so. He wants to shock people so much, it's not shocking anymore. It's not shocking.
Right.
So I don't know what else. I don't know what else he's gonna do.
Yeah.
He wants attention. I'm gonna tell you what this screams. This screams, "Hey everybody, I need some attention." So he's a very insecure young man. Zacchaeus, you go. And we're going to get off of this topic and get into something that really matters, because this guy's
it's gooey. Bozo. Yeah, it's gooey, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, man, I'm telling you, brother Nas X, I mean, look at it. he's trying. I mean, basically he's controlled by the industry. But the real lyricism, real cats that can rhyme and lyricism, is saying that his music got to be better than this. He don't. His music don't even play on the hip hop stations. It plays on the pop stations. So it's like, would you call that? Would you call that hip hop?
He's not hip hop. He's pop. I wouldn't call him hip hop at all. I don't think he would call himself hip. Well, he calls himself a rapper, but this is not hip hop. At least not any hip hop that I grew up to.
It's not hip hop at all. My thing is this. I know he adopted the name from Nas, and then I think Nas blessed him with with that part of his name.
Yeah,
but still, he is not representing hip hop.
Yeah, but that was before. Let's put that into context here. Mm-hmm. That was before Nas knew about, what he was.
Before he knew.
Right, that was before.
Yeah.
Right, so.
Yeah, he didn't know about that.
No.
But I know if Nas see that, he'd be like, nah, brother.
Nah,
I want my legacy to be sure. Yeah.
I think Nas just has a no comment, and he's smart. He just doesn't comment. He just doesn't comment about what's going on because he doesn't control that man, nor is he trying to. So.
Right. But yeah, I mean, my goodness, Lord have mercy. I mean, we are living. This is like Sodom and Gomorrah, Lord. And I said to listen, it comes to a point where it's like enough is enough. Mm-hmm. I know. Once he's what you call he's a puppet to an industry puppet, meaning that he's controlled and he signed his name on the blood sacrifice and form into the industry. Whatever the industry wanted to do, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
No ands, ifs, or buts.
But see, that same industry, and let's make sure we remember this: the same industry that he loves so much, that gave him life, and when I mean life, I mean his career. They could also take it from you. All you got to do is ask R. Kelly and all these other artists that we heard from them yesterday and we don't hear from them today. Come on now.
Hello. Speak on it.
When they get good and ready, they will shut you down. That's usually how that happens, and it's on to the next one. This is fast. Yeah. This is fast food. McDonald's tastes. First of all, McDonald's is trash, right? But McDonald's and most fast food, it's only enjoyable when it's hot. When it gets cold, what does it taste like, Zacchaeus?
Gooey.
Thank you. So this is how. This is how I feel with music, like those of him and others. If it's not good, it doesn't age well. It goes bad. So they'll move on. This is what they do. So I have no more to say. What anything last you want to say before we move on to our real topic?
Nah, I got nothing to say. And else, it's just that watch your kids and what they watch. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
Because the devil is busy and he's out here, and we are living in some perilous times.
Right.
Hallelujah.
With all things. Yeah, we are living. With all things, not just Lil Nas X. With all things. All right. So we're gonna get into something that actually matters here. Dating an older woman. Now, when we mean older, we don't mean old. So we're not calling women old, but just women who are older than the men that they date. 10 years, 10 to 20 year difference. I mean, good Lord, some 30. Hey, whatever, to each his own. 40 years, that's old or older.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what's commonly accepted in society of age, I want to make this clear, of age, and when I mean of age, I mean legal. You typically see older men with younger women. Nobody bats an eye when, a man says, hey, I got this lady in my life, and let's say he's 30 years old. And then they say, well, how old is she? And he says, yo, she's 22. Nobody's going to say, dang, man. Good Lord. Now, young woman, she's 25. She's dating a man who's 35.
Right.
Some men and women will look at that as, okay, he's older than you. All right. Nobody really bats an eye. Here's where people bat an eye. Man is 26. His girl is only like 34. So we're not even 10 years. But he's 26. She's 34.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, dang, son, you did an older woman? You know what I mean? So, older woman. They talk to the older woman. She's 34.
Yeah.
Same relationship. She's 34. He's 26.
Yeah.
Most likely, her friends and people around her are gonna say, "Man, you dating a young boy, a child. What you dating that man so young for?" So, it's a double standard. But that's some of the things that you hear, right? Zacchaeus, what do you commonly hear in those regards?
She's a cougar.
Yeah, you hear that.
You know, I hear that term.
Yeah.
I hear that term, but I hear that a guy, it's taboo when a guy dates an older woman because they look at especially when he when he don't have no children. He had no children, so they look at her like, well, how you gonna have children with her? She's of age already. She's of age already. She can't have no children because she's old. No, it's always looked upon like it's weird when a young man dates an older woman. You see, because she can't make him children. Let's say like Sarah in the Bible, you know. But yeah, but you can't. You know, the thing is that with older women now, if the man is not too mature, if he's not too mature, if he's not mature, she'll try to treat him like a son. And you think, wait a minute, is that your mother? And he'll be like, nah, it's my girl. Dudes look at him like. Dudes will look at him like, wow, that's your girl. Oh, okay, yo, that's you, kid. Okay, man. I mean, dang, man. She got some wonder years. I mean, she got some golden years.
I mean, men typically get props for dating older women. Amongst a conversation amongst men, but it's different with women. You know, women sometimes will get the girl. You living on the wild side. You got a young man, and then other girls will be like, man, don't be dating that. You dating that man too young for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How do you think that? How do you think parents of those couples perceive each other? Zacchaeus?
Well, parents, you see the parents. I'll tell you right now, the parents, especially the man's parents, have some serious issues with that. Serious. I know my mother. My mother back in the days would be like, "Man, that woman too old for you, man. You gotta get rid of she. Ease she off, no man. Ease she off. You gotta get rid of she. Yo, ease her off very lightly." And I said, oh, wait a minute. I know she's an older woman. And my back in the days, my father would say, "What you doing with an older woman? You know she can't bear no children. She'll children for we." You know, so I said, okay, yeah. You will regret dating an older woman. Don't you date no older woman? She can't have no children for you. 2 more mornings, you'll be pushed around you'll be paying the doctor bills and pushed around in a wheelchair. I said, oh man. I said, oh no.
Well, that would have to be like a 20-year difference, because if you're 20 years old and you date a woman that's 20 years older, then it's just like the episode of Wayne's Brothers when he'd be like, so basically when you be 20, she'll be 40. When you'll be 40, she'll be 60. And when you'll be 60, she'll be dead. So, I mean, it's kind of like in like that situation. But then I could see somebody saying that. But if it's only like a 10-year gap, depending on within the 10 years, she could still have kids. You know what I'm saying? So it depends.
Yeah.
But I understand the context and the nature of what things are spoken of, and also let me get to why things are seen better with the men being the older one and the woman being the younger one, because Men typically,
And,
yeah, go ahead, Zacchaeus.
and don't let your mother look better than her. Oh boy.
Wait,
Don't you bring her home to don't let your mother look as far as physical. Don't let your mother look better than her.
don't let your mother look better than your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Better you mean you hold on. You mean your mother look younger?
Yeah, younger, or and look more attractive than your girlfriend.
Explain what would that have to do with it? Because you can't help with. Go ahead.
Listen, I had a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend in real life.
Yeah.
His mother spinned around and said, "Don't you bring her here." And she said, "Let me look at her. Let me look at her." She pulled him in the kitchen and said, "No, son." She pulled her son in the kitchen and said, "Why are you gonna bring a woman that I look better than her? I look much more. Come on, look at me. She's big like a whale, and she looks like she's 60. Wait a minute, you can't. I'm looking better than her now. Look at that." And he said, okay, mom. When he told me that story, I was like, oh, okay, wow, man. Listen, he introduced me to her. You know what I told my friend? I said, listen, she has a great personality. That's all I said. She has a great personality. I didn't go to the physical attraction. He asked me what I think, and I said she has a great personality. A beautiful personality. He said, what? I said, yeah. I said, listen, I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real with my friend, man. I gotta keep it real, man. She has a great personality. Now, I had an uncle that dated dated an older woman for years. I mean, man, you talking about a 20-year situation going on there, man.
Mm.
This man was way younger than her, and this man did not know cheering with her. You know, he had no kids with her, and that's the thing. The years went by, and he was not. And because she was of age, she was not able to have bear children. They got married, but she was not able to have kids because she was older. Her kids were all her kids. He got with her. By the time he got with her, the kids were like 19 and 20 years old already. So by the time he was ready to have kids, by the time he was old enough to be mature, she was an old lady. And he was still in his 40s, but she was an old lady. You know? So it's like I don't know if he wanted kids, but Uncle Anthony he didn't really want kids like that. He just wanted to date. And he found an older woman, and he settled down with. Nothing wrong with dating an older woman, but is that
I'm gonna get to that. Right? You said that he just wanted to date. So, are older women treated as or older women to men treated as women to date or women to marry?
Well, older women. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some older women just want to have fun because they already been through marriage already. You gotta look at that. You gotta look at it from that angle too. But some men.
Wait, you're talking about? Let's correct that. You're talking about the ones who've been married, because you have older women who've never been married at all. They don't have any kids.
Very rare.
So you're talking about a circle of women, not all.
Yeah.
That the ones who've already been married, you said those are the particular ones who just want to have fun, you say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Speak more on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've been through, especially if they've been through 20-something years with their husband and now they divorce. And they've been through that marriage stage already. They already had the kids already. Kids are grown. Kids are grown already. Husband, they're not with the husband no longer. So now they just want to, and they've been through the marriage thing. They already had the experience with that. No, a younger man, no, he never been through none of that. He's gonna look at her like being attractive, but he's gonna also maybe want to experience getting married and having children. But yet his woman is older. But these are all things that I feel that in the beginning of them, if you're gonna date an older woman, these are all things you gotta sit down and you gotta talk about, because you don't want to get into an older woman and start dating her, and you start catching feelings, and she start catching feelings, and all of a sudden now the conversation of kids come up, and the conversation of marriage come up, and she's like, I just want to have fun for the moment, and then he's saying, but I want to settle down. I want to be your companion. I want to settle down, and she's saying, I've been there, done that, That's the I would say that would make that's a real big difference in the relation, in that kind of relationship right there. That would really make it, that would make it or break it in that relationship,
So let me ask you something. Just going by what you just said, an older woman, and when I mean older, I mean 10 to 20 year difference, right? But we'll just say 20-year difference in this case, because you talked about a family member.
Yeah.
So a 20-year difference apart woman, what could she possibly have in common with a man 20 years younger than her? And second part, is a woman with that age difference, that age gap, and then also saying been there, done that, is an older woman of that such an age gap even treated seriously in the dating market? Go ahead.
I think she's somewhat treated seriously.
Somewhat?
Because I'll be honest with you, if she was want to have fun, the brother's just there to have fun too.
Okay, so that's going to be her outcome.
Yeah. Because you see, the thing is that.
So that's temporary.
That's temporary because you see, what I mean by having fun is in the bedroom.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
Yeah. So she looking to have fun, She ain't looking to get all serious. Very rare you'll find an older woman, like 20 years, 30 years older, wanted to really settle down and have children with a young dude. It's going to be rare.
I mean, well, it wouldn't be children rare, at that point if she's past that children bearing age.
Yeah.
But she could still want somebody that she could still grow with for the remaining part of her life, because nobody wants to be alone. Yeah. If you're 20-year difference, you still don't want to be alone. But then is it also safe to say, Zacchaeus, that a woman of that age gap, is it safe to say, and then also this goes to young women too, but a woman of that age gap saying, been there, done that, I've already had my marriage, I just want to have fun. You said that the results that she's get are temporary. Can you also say that if her outcomes are poor, then she can't complain because she just said that she just wants to have fun?
Well, yeah. Listen, she can't, because she just want to have fun. Having fun can mean many things. That it could be like an open relationship. It could be like a relationship as far as like, well, I'm only here for a moment. 'Cause remember, some women in your life is for a season. That's it. You're only here for a moment to have fun, and then when the thrill is over, it's over. Because some older women, they fantasize of, dealing with younger men. It's a fantasy for some older women, So what the older women do is they try to get their sexy on, meaning like they dress it like they're younger now. They dress it like they're younger so they can attract a younger dude, They wear all the big eyelashes, they got the eyebrows all did up, their nails all done, everything all done. They're looking, they're working out a little bit more, you know what I'm saying?
But it also sounds like she has accepted her fate, because you said that she's saying she just wants to have fun. A woman or a man who just wants to have fun, the outcomes can be very poor. Not to say if you're serious, you can have because you can't guarantee a good outcome. But the thing is, if you're already approaching the world of dating of you really don't want anything real, you just want to have your time and move on, then when bad things happen, you can't complain because you've already said that's what you want. Could you say that that's a fair assessment, Zacchaeus?
That's a fair assessment, because you see, the thing is that if you just wanna fool around, and if you want to just do that, then expect him to want to do that too.
Yeah.
Expect him to move on, to say, you know what, the thriller's over. Now I'm gonna move on. But like a godly woman now. First of all, let's just. First, I'm gonna keep it real now too. A godly woman now, a woman that's saved, Christian, born again woman would never date a guy 20 years younger than herself. The only reason why, because especially if she's serious with God, she knows that. Listen, I ain't trying to date no youngin. I could be his mother.
Well, that goes
I'm
back
here for a purpose and reason.
Well, that goes back to the first part. I'm gonna let you finish because I don't want to lose the point here with the audience. Remember, I said, what does a 20-year age gap woman have in common with a man 20 years younger than her? What would they have in common?
The only thing they have in common, let me say something. They may like the same. They might. And I would say they might like the same kind of
music.
I was going to say the music. I could say music because some older women do like young music. Some older women, you might be, okay, like for example.
And some young men, such as myself, love old school music.
I like old school music. Yeah. An older woman that's in her 60s may like soul music from the 70s. But a young dude in his early 40s may like soul music too.
Right.
So that's what they have, and they have that in common. And they have that in common. They love this. They love this soul music. Or a woman that's 60 years old may like Mary J. Blige, and you know what I'm saying, or Ashanti, and the young dudes say, "Oh, I like them too." Or they may like the same music so much that they go to a concert. 90s and 1990s throwback concert. Or you know what I'm saying? And they may gel that way. Or they may like the same movies. Different genres, like scary movies. Older women like scary movies, and a young dude, he likes scary movies too. So they have that in common. Or she just likes the simple fact that, he's a mature man. He's younger, but I like him because he's mature, and I like that. I already have my kids already. I've been there, done that. So, but I want to see where he's at. He's younger now, and people call her, have a name. They call her a cougar. So, because she likes dating younger men, and but the only thing they have in common, I mean, as far as like, if a younger man likes today's music, like old school music, or he likes things now. I mean, he just embraces the 2021, and the older woman, she likes to find her older things in life. She wants to say she's more into like the home. She's more into like the, older music. She's more into crocheting. He's more into playing ball. Automatically, they don't have something. Automatically, they're not compatible. And the main thing in a relationship is to find somebody that's compatible. So older women dating a younger man would have, as far as in common, they may like the same food too. So many things they may find in common too, but there's a lot of things also they may find not so well in common, because remember, he's younger. He's going to only gravitate to his age group and his age. So
his age and his development. Now, I got another thing for you.
I was going to say one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
An older woman would be attracted to a young man if she finds that he likes the same things similar to she does. It's very rare you'll find an older woman gravitate to a real young guy, and he ain't like nothing like music, as far as music or other things they have really too much. They don't have too much in common, so they're not compatible. But yeah, so older women, they like dating. So older women, if they're what the term is called cougar, they like dating mature young men. Yeah.
Okay. Men
Yeah.
are our society roles, right? Let's just keep it real. And, but first biblical roles here. Men are the providers. Okay? Younger woman gets with an older man. 20-year difference. It's safe to assume that woman has established herself more because she's had 20 years on him. So by proxy, she should be ahead of him.
Yeah.
So an older woman could like a man and say, "Oh, we got this in common," but then now let's go to the finances. A man's not gonna have what she has. Not at his age and his development at the time. So now when you want to get real about something, she's gonna be looked at as a provider because more likely she's gonna 20-year difference. Unless he comes from money or just already had money at a young age, God bless him. But she's ahead of him.
Right.
So she technically would be the sole provider. Does an older woman with a 20-year age difference really see that for her life? Getting with a man that she's that far ahead of.
Right.
I am inclined to believe that that's where it gets real because the attraction and all that is one thing, but it wears off when the man doesn't have enough to support the two, or at least have a little more to make it a little easier on a woman who has the money. But then I would also say that the woman who still does that is taking a risk, and that she really shouldn't complain if he don't have what she got at the age difference that they have. So she's accepted that fate as well. Is that always the case? No, but in a lot of cases, if you're that far ahead, this is why in most times it's usually the older man, because the older man, if he's 20 years older than a woman that he's pursuing or whatever, or even 10 years, sometimes it depends, that there are certain things and resources and whatever he has that he probably has established. He might have a home already. He's more than likely going to have a car, you would hope.
Yeah.
But older woman gets with a man who probably just got one of his first job, second job, doesn't even have a vehicle yet. An older woman is not going to see that as that attractive yet. You know what I'm saying? And then you would also have to ask that older woman, how come you couldn't, get with a man your age? What's the problem? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then also,
yeah,
younger men seem to have or perceive to have some type of emotional issues, mental issues, some mommy complex or whatever.
Yeah.
They say the same thing about young girls, a daddy complex, no father in the home, get with a man that old, or a young man getting with a woman that older than him. I mean, what do you say to that, Zacchaeus?
An older woman is never impressed with a man still living with his parent folks. You know what I'm saying? Even if she's closer to his age, she's not impressed, but she's not turned on to that. It's like a turn off.
Yeah.
No, older women now, they expect certain things. When you're dating older women, I'm gonna be honest with you, they expect certain things to be put in place. You already have a home already. You already have several cars. You already had a car already.
Right.
You already have your own. You're already making money. You already have business going. Right. So you're making
financially stable money, at least. Right. I would think so. Right.
You're financially stable. Yeah.
And also younger women assume that a man of a certain age has enough money to not only provide for himself but also the family.
Yeah. So they look at all of that. So basically, she's saying to him, she's asking him, so what's your occupation? What do you do for a living? she's more, and then and also they have there's some exception to the rules. A woman, older women don't have so much mind games to play. The only reason why I say that because
you would hope so.
You hope so, yeah. Most of the time, they have no much mind games to play because they already know that this is it. Especially when they find a good young man, they're like, "This is it. I'm settling down. I'm not looking. I'm not looking elsewhere. He's it." You know, and they don't. They look at her like okay, this is it. You know, I'm settling down now. And if you don't have, and especially this is what you see too. She has established. She already have a home already, so she don't need a home from you. She already had kids already. She had these things established long time before you come to picture. Long time. So now she just looking to have fun with you now. You know, she's gonna have fun with you. But you ain't got no money. Now here comes the big disrespect now. You're dating an older woman.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're a young man, but you working odd jobs. Most of the time you can't hold a job. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna say this. The sex can only last about so much. After that,
real life.
Reality hits.
Yeah.
Real life hits. You ain't got no money. So guess how she starts treating you now?
Mm-hmm.
Her son.
Yeah.
You dating a woman that's treating you like your son. Like you're her son. Oh, Ronnie, come over here. Ronnie picked this up, for example. Ronnie picked this up. Oh, Ronnie, you ain't got no more. Where the hell you going? Oh, you want me to give you allowance? Now she start treating you like a son now. You don't want to be in that position. You always want to at least be established as a young man too.
Well,
you know?
I honestly,
dating other women.
I honestly believe, and I could be wrong, but in most cases, a younger woman dating an older man is more likely to submit to the mission of that older man because that's a man that she respects. Most times, an older woman is not submitting to the mission of the man like an older woman with an older man, because in most times, and this is just in my thinking, and I could be ignorant to this, I genuinely don't think older women respect younger men anyway. I think they may tolerate. To tolerate someone and respect someone is two different things.
Right.
I could respect someone and work with a person. I could be in the same room with a person, not respect them, but tolerate them as long as they mind their business. So there's two different things here. And I think older women typically, with the age gap, like what we said, 10 to 20 years, I don't think they typically respect a man. And most likely when it comes to marriage, because we're talking about submission in marriage, right? And I'm just talking about it from a biblical perspective, okay? Because men submit too. Everybody, there we go with that word submission. But other cultures don't seem to have that problem. Well, at least the ones that were taught that growing up in, old homogenous cultures and other cultures across certain parts of the world. They view submission as more of a respect thing, and more of a leadership thing. Not like you can't do your own thing, but just in the sense of, hey, I trust that they trust that their husband is going to make the best decision for the family. Of course, the woman has input, you know what I'm saying? But, men submit too, because number one, we're supposed to submit to God first, because the order is Christ first, man, woman, and children. You know what I'm saying? So, and you'll hear women hypocritically say they won't submit to a man, but then they'll say stuff like, oh, well, the man is supposed to be the head. Well, you just said you wouldn't submit to one. So which one is it? You know what I'm saying? So don't shoot me. I'm the messenger. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think women typically, genuinely, older women, would respect a man that young in a relationship. So that speaks to what you're saying about, the man ends up becoming the son and she becomes the mother. Now,
Yeah.
you can find that in a same age appropriate relationship too, where a woman feels like she's so ahead of the man because maybe she got more education, but that don't make you qualified. It don't qualify you to think that, but some people have that attitude. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about control, right? So what I commonly see in relationships where there's an older woman and there's the younger man, I see there's like a battle of a sexist thing going on between them two. The man is strong-willed. She's strong-willed because she's so much older than him, and she probably came from a relationship where a guy was older once or the same age, and she don't want that kind of relationship no more. So she wants a relationship where she is ahead and she makes the decisions. But women typically resent men if she always got to be the one to make the decision. So eventually that older woman will quit that young man.
Oh, yeah.
And get a man that she respects. I used to always hear that men and women are as loyal to what their options are. And once their options change, so do they.
Wow. Yeah, see? Wow.
So I got a question, Zacchaeus.
They're very selective. Yeah.
Right. So I got a question. What would a younger man have to do to earn an older woman's respect in the dating world? In a relationship, I'll say, or marriage.
I think he would have to be like a help in her life, meaning that he makes her smile. He puts a smile in her face. You know, he's not a financial burden. All these things, he's not a financial burden. You know, he fills her in. Let's say if she has she's not retired, but she works from home. He's a IT tech. He can help her out with the computer software. He can do things. So
what if he's not that? What if he's just a young man with an average salary? 40,000, between 40 to 50,000 a year.
Okay. For all the women to date him, the older women got to be established already.
Okay.
Because she has the money now.
Yeah.
Now she has the money. You're not going to find an older woman that's retired from a simple job, struggling, saying that, oh, I'll date. No, it's not going to. Most likely, it's not going to happen that way. I mean, most older women like older guys that, they already have their thing going together. They're already established already. But the minute you're a man that working odd jobs and you ain't got a steady income coming in, the older woman, she's not even looking at you. She can be big as a house and she still ain't looking at you. You know?
Yeah.
She's not looking at you. She ain't looking at you. She ain't looking at you, man. Not in that sense.
Well, what do young men find attractive in older women?
You know what? I always go. I must say this too. And older women, they got some older women that grace beautifully.
Yes,
they look they look lovely.
Angela Bassett.
You know, yeah, and they got some older women. They're very shapely. They have a nice smile. They're very shapely. They're, and they already been through their trials and tribulation with another guy from the past, and now they're looking to settle down and relax. And they got some younger guys that may date her. Let me like, listen, I'm gonna try to see if I can ask her out, And for younger guys, it's a challenge to ask out an older woman. It's a challenge for a young guy to approach an older woman in that sense, because most older women look at him like a son, or they look at him like, oh, that's like he could be my little brother. But to look at our older woman to look at him like thinking that he's attractive, or she's attractive, or he's looking at her and thinking that he's attractive. He's attractive. She might say, oh, but she may think nothing of it. She may say, oh, you're a very handsome young man, but because you have to admit, most older
Yeah, but
women want
most older women, when they look at younger men, it's all attraction. Sometimes it's just solely just attraction.
and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
But young men would typically look at an older woman, other than her just being attractive to the eye, easy on the eyes, but also I think men are attracted to experience. And maybe they feel like the older woman, maybe they feel like the older woman is a little more calm in certain things that she do. She's not always for the drama where you hope that she's not, and that she probably wouldn't gripe at him. That's an assumption. That's an assumption because in a lot of cases, you just said about how you have older women and there's a battle of control. And when you're in a relationship, it shouldn't always be about control anyway. Nobody should be controlling anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The thing is, you want to be accountable to somebody because you're with that person, and it's not so much control; it's just accountability. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you want to have free will, but then you also want to check in with her. You want to talk to her. She want to do that with you. She want to spend time with you. She wants to have the communication and relationship. She wants to depend on each other on certain things. She wants to feel like it's a relationship. So it's not about control. It's about being accountable to each other. When you're married, there's an accountability you have to each other. You can't just not come home at night. You got to come home. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't live like it. Men and women who want to be in serious relationships don't want to be in a relationship like they're still single. They would just stay single.
Yeah.
So the thing is, whatever your match is, you got to go with that because me personally, I'm attracted to a woman, and I need to say this in the right way because I used to say I'm attracted to older women. What I find attractive is a woman with an old soul. And for those who know what I'm talking about, an old soul, you know what I'm saying? I was raised by the old school. I've been known to have an old soul. Have I found women? Have I found women my age and younger who've had an old soul? Very rare, but I've seen it. But most likely, I tend to be drawn to women who are older than me because of the fact that I'm attracted to an old soul.
Yeah, not only that too. They don't play mind games. With younger women, sometimes because they have a lot of time to play with. Sometimes they have a date that sorta, kinda. Are you dating him? Sorta. Are you dating him? Yeah. Well, sorta. Where you say that when you say the older woman would say yes, I am, and that's it.
Well,
of course.
Well, because like I said, you would hope that she is. There are women who are in their 40s going into 50s, still don't know what they want, and they're just playing with time. Time is just passing them by. You can't get time back. You could lose money.
No, you can't.
You could lose money and get money back. Okay?
Yeah.
But you could lose your possessions and replace them. But you can't replace time.
No, you can't do it.
Time waits for no man. So
no.
We're gonna wrap it up pretty soon. Anything you want to lay on the table before we go? Hopefully we covered this subject as best as we can.
I would say before you said if a young man's gonna start dating an older woman, think and know how to approach it too, because you're not approaching a young woman you're around your age, you're pushing an older woman, so you want to come with all the utmost respect and all the, and it's like it's kind of hard for young guy to start approaching an older woman and think that it's a little rough sometimes because you don't know what to say. You might come off awkward. You might or you might just say this. Hey, I'm going out to the diner. Would you like to care to join me? Simple as that. Older women don't like too much of that. what you call it? Oh, you got lyrics. You got lyrics, kicking lyrics. You know, they ain't like all that, man. You just be simple and straight to the point. You know. That's all I gotta say on that topic. Yeah, man.
Well, you know, it's interesting that I want to add this perspective in before we go. Remember, I said people always are loyal to their options that they have. What about a woman who has dated men her age this whole time? There's a certain thing that she might be stubborn on, because you know how they say when you get to a certain age, it's over because you're set in your ways and you don't want to learn anything.
Yeah.
Is it possible that men of the same age of that older woman really don't want to deal with her anymore because she hasn't evolved? Speak to that.
Yeah, she don't want to deal with. Yeah, exactly. They don't want to. Yeah. They don't want. I mean, the older women. They don't want to deal with the older women no more.
Yeah, they don't. These are this older woman in the dating world, right? In the dating world, she's made a decision. You know what? You know, guys my age, they ain't working out. I'm gonna try younger and see how that goes, right? Is it possible that the reason why she's saying that is because the men her age ain't feeling her no more?
Right. They don't find some apparent reason they don't find it attractive. It's true. Yeah. Yes.
And then also, you know, older men who still want to have families don't see an older woman as being a viable choice anymore. So they're gonna go younger. Ron Isley, great example. The woman that he's with now is in her early 40s, but before that she was in her 30s. So Ron Isley had.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Ron Isley had a child some time ago. Okay, and Ron's like what? 70s? Yeah, 70s now. But yeah, Ron years ago had a child, had a baby with a younger woman. Ron Isley would be an example of what I'm saying. But Ron Isley is also a man of status. Yeah. So he's an older man, but he's also an older man of status. So he's not just some regular man walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? So
oh no, of course not. Yeah.
So he still has it at his leisure to get a younger woman like that.
Yeah.
And he got a good looking woman too. I've seen her. Yeah. He got a nice one.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, see, yeah.
Right. So she's a younger woman in his case because she's in her early 40s and he's 70s, whatever the heck old he is, you know. So
I think gotta be like 77, 78.
I don't know, something like that, yeah. But see, that's the thing is that older men see younger women, they value them a little differently because they're like, hey, I can still have another kid if I want to. I can still have a son. It matters to a man. I don't think women understand this. Maybe some do. It really matters to a man who wants to build a legacy to want sons because the sons carry on the last names. Daughters, when they get married, they take on the last name of the husband and have kids in that name of that husband. So still blood, but that last name though. So that matters to a lot of men. So maybe with some older women, their options are getting slim to none. So they're like, well, let me give a young man attention who's looking for an older woman. And let me tell you something. Somebody told me a long time ago, you don't look for older women look for you. I'm like, what? He said, listen, when a woman gets a certain age, she starts shooting her shot. Well, I don't know. But, you know, but I digress. So, Zacchaeus, anything last you want to say before we get out of here?
No, that is all she wrote.
All right. My brother, let them know where they can reach you, man.
Hey, you can reach me on my social media links. You can reach me at Zacchaeus B73. That's on Instagram. You can reach me. You can reach me also on Twitter at Wayne Bacchus 2 on Twitter. Also on Facebook, Wayne Zacchaeus Bacchus on Facebook. Blessings.
All right. I want to make sure I end this off at a positive. Hey, this is not about beating up on anybody with the age thing. As long as you're of age and you're legal, that's good. Wherever you find happiness, is where you find it. Whether you're 10 years apart, 20 years apart, 30 years apart. As long as you're of age. Okay? But wherever you find it, you find it. And if you want something bad, you work for it. Work for it. Work with it. And whatever challenges that you want to face in going about it, then God bless you. Just make sure that you're in the dating world, that your next move is the right move.
That's right.
So I just want to make that clear, because I don't want, people feeling like, yo, is he trying to say we not, valued? No, I love, me personally, I don't have an issue. I've stepped to women who are older than me. Okay. And when I mean older, I mean 10 to 20 years. That has happened. Has it always, whether it being successful or not is another story. But it's about whatever your match is, whatever it is. All right. So I just want to make sure I say that before I get out of here, because I don't want people clipping up the show and missing that point. Okay. So yes, y'all can holler at me at the Fifth General on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All right. So this is Zacchaeus and the Fifth General signing off. We'll see you on the next episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth. Peace.
Peace.